company called roc-a-fella Records. Shout out to Dame. I know we don't see eye to eye, but I can never erase your accomplishments.
Thank
Hey man, real stay safe shit. You already know what the fuck going on. So we gotta talk about this fucking situation that's brewing with the motherfucking Dame Dash Jay-Z beef. Now this shit has been one of the most historical fucking beefs in rap history. Cause it's basically between two goats that basically are part of the reason that rap is even as big as it is today. Jay-Z, Dame Dash, they've been partners ever since Jay-Z really came out of New York, and they partnered in roc-a-fella Records and like just the rock in general. Like Dame Dash was instrumental in Jay-Z building his empire, but then they had a falling out at least 20 years ago that involved money and among other things. And then they're both two very strong personalities, being street ass niggas. Dame Dash basically got it out of the mud fucking with his clothing brand and shit. Like he was like selling fucking clothes and shit on the streets while Jay-Z was pushing his music, and they came together and fucking like formed their whole fucking like clothing brand and record empire and shit. But then I guess Dame felt some type of way about certain things that Jay-Z did, and then it's been like a long historical beef for over 20 years with Dame Dash has basically said how he doesn't really fuck with how Jay-Z carried himself during this beef, and like had like sad mixed feelings, and it seemed like these niggas were never gonna get like cool again. Like honestly, the way that Dame Dash was talking about it, especially like on No Jumper and among other things, he was just kind of talking about how the whole situation, he got kind of fucked over. And then he was trying to sell his most recently he was trying to sell his portion in the Reasonable Doubt album that Jay-Z dropped, because he had ownership in the album. And then his lawyers, Jay-Z's lawyers actually sued him for this. But they said that it was against like contract. He said he was just selling his own ownership. Really, he was trying to drop like an NFT with it. So it's gonna be kind of interesting to see what the fuck happens with that now that they're stopped beefing. But basically the beef began to be squashed when fucking Jay-Z in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame basically said that he wouldn't be where he was today if it weren't for Dame, and that at least he still like showed him love, because it's like throughout the years and like the litigation and the lawyers and all this type of shit, like how business be, like he still showed him love and shit. And then Dame Dash reached out, I think it was on Twitter, and he said that he felt like it was about time that these niggas stop beefing. And he said, yo, let's stop beefing, fuck the lawyers and all that shit. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the fuck is good. If you ask me, I feel like Jay-Z is just doing that because he knows that he's valued it, but it's like where the lawyers go is really like what he really means. Because it's like he could say one thing, but if he's still suing this nigga over doing the Reasonable Doubt NFT, then I feel him. And it's like, does he even have a right? Dame Dash, does he have a right to do an NFT with the song? Because it's not really his song, but I guess he was instrumental and has ownership in it. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what the fuck happens with that. I mean, it just kind of shows how the music industry, like y'all could come in with friends from the same neighborhood, growing up, doing all types of shit, and then like be like totally just sort of like, I don't know, just sort of fucking like not be friends, not be cool anymore, just because of how the industry and everything of business kind of takes you and shit. So it's kind of hard like to do business with friends and family and that type of shit, because it's like at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, y'all might not even be cool anymore, you know? Y'all might be on some other shit. Like y'all might just, because like it might be a cordial situation, but then when the fucking music checks or like whenever the fucking like business checks start coming in and the money's not right on one party, then it's like there's always going to be some animosity there. So it's difficult, but it's like sometimes when you're coming up and shit, the only people you can trust are the people around you. Then once you get bigger, you realize, damn, I'm getting fucked out of my money by my best friend. So it's like it's difficult to see, and it's like rap history has really evolved around this shit, because this shit has been since for the like fucking last 20 years. That's why it's remarkable that these niggas are even on the terms where they can like acknowledge each other's existence and not be hating and shit. But you know how this industry shit is. You know how these fucking like niggas with money is. Like, you know how it be when it's like lawyers involved and shit. It's a lot different than just like, you can't just like reach out to a homie and be like, hey, I need this and that, like we need to talk about it and shit. A lot of times it's like you gotta reach another person to another person to another person, and then it's more disconnected, not as centralized. Y'all can't even really talk like on a man-to-man level because there's a lot of other pieces involved in this shit. So it's just gonna be interesting to see what the fuck happens. Hopefully they squash this shit, because I know they both got strong personalities, and that like really makes you butt heads with somebody. Y'all can really be like about business, but when y'all disagree over something, it's one person's way and the other person's way, and it seems like these niggas are both type of people that will not fucking budge. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the fuck happens, man. I just hope this shit gets sorted out, because these niggas could really just be making a bag instead of fucking hindering that shit, because right now it's just hurting both of y'all's money. Y'all both could be on this new grind shit. Y'all both can be dropping NFTs and collab that shit, but hey man, we're gonna see what the fuck is good. I don't really know if Jay-Z really needs anybody right now. This nigga a fucking billionaire and shit, so we'll see. But hey man, like, comment, subscribe. We dropping these new fucking Stay Safe face masks out now on my motherfucking bio, on everything right now. This shit is out, so run this shit up. I'm trying to get 100,000 subscribers by next year. You already know. So like, comment, subscribe, all this shit. We going up. Real Stay Safe gang. I appreciate y'all. Peace.